So you guys know how much I hate not only when people are flashing their lights behind me. I talked about, guys, how you can be on an expressway doing the speed limit and somebody is flashing the lights behind you. Now, if you do the if you're just doing the speed limit now, you're going to be harassed on the streets. The situation now is basically like if you're like a senior citizen, it's unsafe to be out on the road. That's where we at right now, guys. Now, in some states, this type of buffoonery just wouldn't be people wouldn't stand for it. You know, you'll hear about people getting hurt for being disrespectful and things like this. But in some of these blue states, anything goes, and the police are not going to do anything about it. I told you guys about these modified mufflers. That's something that they need to get rid of, because it can trigger PTSD in people. It can trigger anxiety in people. It can trigger somebody whether you got PTSD or not. It doesn't make any sense. And I told you guys how I had figured out why some communities, some neighborhoods, they purposely put the cars, like they try to make it appear that you can't go down a street. Like it might be a neighborhood and be quiet, right? And they'll park the cars a certain way to keep drivers from coming down that street. So when you got stuff like that going on, obviously you're dealing with some people that are behaving very uncivilized. When people have to damn near beg you to behave right, or you have to set up booby traps and tactics to stop these animals from coming near you. All this stuff that you see, and see, when you've been around for a while, you see stuff, and all you can do is reminisce about when things didn't used to be like that. That's how you know you're getting older and stuff like that. You know, hold on for a minute, y'all. Yeah, so you know, these homeowners, they try to booby trap their street so that these idiots can't come down their street. You know, and I don't know what you got to do. In some neighborhoods, I see that they've actually got it so that no cars can go down that street. I have to believe that a lot of people these days are probably lobbying to keep cars from coming down their street. You know, in some of these suburban neighborhoods, and I don't blame them, because people are acting too crazy. They're not acting civilized. I don't want you coming down my street with your piece of shit modified muffler car. You know, stuff like that. But this whole flashing lights thing, just to end it, I don't want to be long. I never seen nothing like this before. Let me tell you guys, I was on the expressway a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know, maybe somebody was doing a speed limit, or maybe they was doing like 5 miles under the speed limit. And I saw a guy flashing lights behind his car for like 2 miles straight. And I'm thinking, the first thing I'm thinking in my mind was, you know, you try to get inside the psyche of an individual, why they would even do something like that in the first place. And I'm thinking in my mind, instead of flashing your lights behind somebody, why wouldn't you just go around them? It's like people are harassing people out here, these demons. And I notice a lot of them drive BMWs. Let me tell you what's not good about flashing lights, because there can be some things you could say, well, it's a good idea to flash your lights because of yada yada yada. When somebody flashes their lights, it causes like everybody to look to see, like, you don't know if that's the police. When you're flashing your lights behind somebody, everybody's looking around like, who's flashing on? It causes like like a brief second of everybody like not paying attention, because somebody's flashing their lights and you don't know where it's coming from. I don't know, y'all. It's weird. But just getting back to the expressway incident, I couldn't understand, like, instead of this guy flashing the lights behind this individual, why wouldn't he just go around him? I mean, that's what I would do. If somebody's moving too slow, the first thing that comes to my mind is not to flash my lights behind but the first thing that comes to my mind is can I get around him? That's it. It's simple. And I'm just wondering, like, 10 years ago, people weren't flashing. So I'm wondering what kind of monkey, like who told these monkeys that did they have is there an infomercial announcement that came out that I missed? Like, for now on, everybody should start flashing their lights when you don't like something somebody's doing on the streets. I don't understand how this thing just spread like a disease. Nobody was doing this 10 years ago, flashing lights and stuff like this. And then the fact, like, these people who flashing lights, what makes, like, because you're flashing your lights behind somebody, what makes you think that that's supposed to make somebody do what you want them to do? Like, it doesn't make any sense. When you really think it don't make no sense. Let me see, I was gonna say one more thing. I gotta let y'all go. No, there just should be a law against this. Like, people caught like intimidating other drivers and flashing their lights like that, these people need to be given tickets. Like, it's harassment. They shouldn't be doing it, for no reason and stuff like this. And like I say, people wouldn't get away with stuff like that if you was living in a red state. I bet you ain't no red state out there where people can carry guns, where people are behind people flashing lights when you don't even know who's in that car. It just wouldn't happen in the red state. Dang, man, I was gonna say one more thing before I get out of here. I'm trying to figure out what it was. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. This is how I know people, and sometimes I say, well, maybe I'm just, getting too emotional about the whole thing. But then I saw something the other day. I said, nah, I know. I said, I know these people out of their minds. And I've seen it like 2 or 3 times in one day. I seen it where somebody was like flashing their lights behind somebody, right? And they was like trying to speed. And then they finally went around a person only to make a right turn in like 300 feet. And I'm thinking in my mind, why did you just go through all that when you got to make a turn in 300 feet anyway? So you zigzagging in and out of traffic just to make a right turn in 300 feet? You see what I'm saying? This is why I was telling you guys, people being impulsive for no reason. I don't know what you call that, but clearly these people are not right in the head out here. Because if you're doing all that, if you're causing all that commotion only to turn in 300 feet, like you're going to get anywhere any faster. I'm thinking, I can see if you going straight, but I done seen several times where people done that. All of a sudden they're zigzagging in and around people only to have to make a turn. So why are you doing all that zigzagging if you got to make a turn at the next light? It just don't. I'm telling y'all, it don't make no sense. These people out their minds.